Hi everyone, thank you for joining. In today's session, learn about the importance of PTE with Miss Alina Giovanni and get insights about the PTE exam format, important tasks to get high score, tips and tricks to ace your exam. This session is being recorded. If you have any questions during the session, please leave them in the chat section. We will take a few questions towards the end. Now I'll hand it over to Alina to start with the session.
Yes, Agampreet, I think that I'm audible. I hope so. Okay, so thank you so much, Agampreet, for welcoming me. Okay, this particular session is going to be about the PT exams only. This half an hour is going to be covered about the PT exams. You need to know exactly that how to cross the PT exams. PT exams is basically a bridge to just settle over in the and study over in the Australia. Okay, you need to know about the PT exams in detail so that you can just have that particular entrance exams or that particular proficiency level based exams very nicely. All right, I'm just going to share the screen, but towards the beginning of the session, I would request everyone to please, if possible, just try to just a minute. All right. I'll be moving towards the very first slide. All right, so this is about the PT exams. And I would request everyone to please take the screenshot of the slides if you think that any of the relevant information or helpful information is being shared to you. So please take the screenshot of it. All right. Moving forward towards what exactly is PT exams, it is one of the proficiency level based exams in which the student is marked on the 4 basic parameters. If I just want to know if a person is a native speaker or not, I would have to judge any of the person on the basis of 4 important parameters. That is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. That is what is language all about. Okay, it is totally a computer-based exam, so we can say that is an advantage as well. The scoring is provided in terms of 0 to 90 scale. Usually they are a bit lenient, and that's the reason why they're keeping the scale as 10 to 90. So there is nothing like out of 100, it is out of 90 in all the 4 communicative skills. They have named reading, writing, speaking, and listening in the scorecard as well as the communicative skills. All right, there are lots of things involved in the PT exams. We'll just go into the details slowly and steadily. Okay, so what is PT exams? We have discussed why PT exams, because it is an exams of approximately 2.5 to 3 hours. So yes, in one go itself, we can just complete that particular exams, not just like IELTS exams that we have to give the speaking separately, right? It is one go exams. Apart from that, the score report will be provided to the student within 3 to 5 days. So that is an advantage as well. Next, coming up, that who can give the PT exams. So anyone who is above 16 years, they can definitely give the PT exams. So it is one of the exams provided and having an eligibility or a chance towards the student who are of approximately 18 or 25 years or even more than that years as well. They can attempt the PT exams to just have the PR or just to settle in Australia. How long is the PT score valid? That would be valid for 2 years. That would be valid for 2 years, which means you can use that score report and apply for it within the duration of 2 years from the date of exams, right? Coming up next, that how many times can we give the exams? Because usually it has been heard that many of the entrance exams can be given just once in a year. That is, a fixed date is there for some of the entrance exams, but PTE is a bit lenient exams, which means it is flexible enough so that we can give the exams of PTE whenever we want to give it. Like, right, we can give many number of times. It can be given many times. Okay, so that is also one sort of advantage. Apart from that, it is not a yearly based exams, that it is conducted once only, that too on a fixed date. No, dates are also flexible enough as per the centers. All right, so how is it going to really help? So it is adding on the points for you. 79 plus is being achieved out of 19 PT exams, you will fetch 20 points. If you are achieving 65 plus, it will fetch you 10 points. Right, so it is one sort of advantage. If we just get more scores in PT exams, we can get good points and we can apply easily. At the same time, if we find it that we are from a vernacular medium, we haven't learned English as a language, or we're not familiar with the English language, still if we just try to cross 65 plus, it can fetch us 10 points. So that is also an advantage. Coming up, that how many test centers are there? Because that is one most important question, that too in the COVID situation wherein everyone is struggling to just appear for the exams. So I would say there are 23 cities which do have the test centers. So it is just about the cities. They have multiple test centers. At the same time, Australia has about 20 plus test centers. So that is an advantage, that we have more number of test centers within a gap of 1 week or 2 weeks. After again a bit of preparations, we can go for the PT exams. If any of the student is not from a vernacular medium, as I said, the one who is not that fluent enough in the English language, still can they score 79 plus? This is also one of the question which has been, being given by the students usually. So I would say that this particular exam has been scored by the computer system, that is by the AI. As the system is checking your answers, if you just try to understand its working, if you just understand it about the task requirements of each and every task of the PT exams, you can definitely cross a 79 plus. There has been a history as well that many of the students who are not from the English background or they are from the vernacular medium, still they are able to achieve 79 plus. The reason being that they were able to understand what exactly PTE needs or what exactly is the requirement of the task, right? Moving forward, what is PTE as comparison to the IELTS exams? This is one of the things which has been latest updated by the Pearson, that is in the April, I think 2021 only, they have given a concordum report in which they have mentioned about the comparison between PET and IELTS exams. So if you just watch out, 8 bands is equivalent to 84. Previously it was 79, that is original, updated in April 2021, that is 84 right now, as compared to IELTS 8 bands. So now the competition is getting a bit tougher. So we needed to be a bit prepared about the PT exams. Always try to secure 84 plus or 85 plus out of 90 so that you are on the safer side. If you are somewhere at 79, 80, might be that it would not fetch you the perfect scores. All right. So I would request everyone again that if you find any of the relevant information, please take the screenshot so that you can refer it after this particular session. And if you have any of the question and answers, please do just type out in the chat box as well so that we can entertain it afterwards. All right. How difficult is the PT exams? That is really a main question. That is it easy to just get 85 out of 90? We will be always expecting for a good number of points from that particular exam. So how difficult it is? So I would say you can just analyze this particular points. It is easy to understand exams, as well as it is just a bit of language requirement. So if we just try to polish our basic skills, we can just try to analyze and just attempt the questions very nicely in PT exams. All right, as there is interference of computer rather than humans. So yes, it is an advantage that we can just try to work according to the computer's requirement rather than a human's requirement. There are many tasks in the PT exams which can be just adhered to the task requirement, and we can definitely get the scores. All right. Apart from that, the skills are analyzed. For writing, definitely grammar and vocabulary and spelling is always important. For speaking, always there is fluency and pronunciation, which is important. So if we just try to work towards the enabling skills, it will give us the output towards the communicative skills. All right. So next point is that even with the basic knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, spelling, pronunciation, those are the enabling skills, any student can achieve the desired score. If I'm not a person who is not much aware about the grammar, I just know about the basics, might be just the tenses or punctuations or the prepositions or the parts of speech, that would work. Okay, the basic level of knowledge will also help you to fetch the perfect score of 84 or 85. At the same time, vocabulary, I'm not a person who is using daily the sort of lexical resources. So it's fine. Even with the basic vocabulary, I can draft an answer, I can speak about the answer, and with the basic spellings as well, I can cross these exams nicely. The most important thing is experts guidance. Why experts guidance? Because in PT exams, as a speaking is there and writing is there, so we always are looking forward for the feedback. So the way am I speaking, is it perfect in terms of the PT requirement or not? So that is the most important thing. So experts guidance is always to be, constantly counseled to us. So yeah, I would say that for that thing, you can just opt for the PT Tutorials app, as well as you can refer the YouTube channel. On YouTube channel, lots of videos have been uploaded for the different tasks. On the basic level, you can just go with the ultimatum like of going with the introduction videos. Everything is available on the YouTube channel for each and every task. Preparation questions are already available in the app, so you can just refer these resources. The link would be for the PTE tutorials, as you can see the logo over there as well. So you can just refer that particular link and practice well. Now talking about the task in the PTE exams, till now we have crossed that we have to make sure that how many points we need to secure, what is the comparison with the IELTS exams, how to give the PTE exams, who can give the PTE exams, what is exactly the PTE exams. We have crossed that stage already. Now jumping towards the tasks which are there in the PTE exams. This many are the tasks. In speaking, this is the 5 tasks. In writing, these are the 2 tasks. In reading, these are the 5 tasks. Again, in listening, these are the 8 tasks, which a student need to cross it to achieve 90 marks. These are the 20 tasks. But the wonderful thing is that out of those 20 tasks, there are this 13 tasks which are very, very important. 13 tasks out of the 20 tasks are the high weighted tasks. If you just watch out in speaking, out of 5, which we just saw in the previous slide, out of those 5 tasks, these 4 are very important. The 2 tasks of writing are very important. Out of 5 tasks in reading, there are these 3 tasks which are very important. Out of 8 tasks in listening, these are the 4 very important tasks. That doesn't mean that we have to skip the remaining 7 tasks. No. Even with a moderate accuracy, we can achieve 79 or 84 plus, whatever the desired score is. Okay, but we can just try to focus more towards this 13 tasks so that we can fetch good scores. These are the low weighted tasks. The remaining 7 tasks. In speaking, there is 1 task which is low to moderate weighted task. Reading, the remaining 2. Listening, approximately 4 are there, which are the low weighted tasks. Right now, I've just highlighted the names. If I just go into the details, might be that it can confuse you because there are 20 tasks. Going into the details would be a bit confusing for you. So at the same time, I have just discussed about this high weighted task. Now onwards, I'm going to just explain you that what are the task requirement of this 13 task and how can we just achieve good scores in this particular 13 task only. All right. That is this. The first one is read aloud. You can just watch out that what are the details, the minor details, what are the communicative skills towards it, what are the enabling skills. Like for example, the passage is given. What I have to exactly do in this task? I have to just speak about that particular passage, what has been written. No brainstorming is required. I just have to read what has been written. So what of the skills would be required, which means what PT is really looking forward for from me, that is oral fluency, pronunciation, content. Whatever I would be speaking from that particular passage, whatever means I do have to speak exactly all the words. So I have to speak that entire passage very fluently with clarity of the words. Even each and every word must be focused on. So what is the advanced tip for it? Speak smoothly. Speak in very relaxed with the entire passage. Okay, without any sort of random pauses or without any sort of insertion of any of the extra words. All right. Forward towards the repeat sentences. So it is again a task says that you will hear a sentence. Please repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. You will hear the sentence only once. So I just have to hear the sentence and speak that sentence. So 2 skills are required, speaking and listening. That is all as well written. Apart from that, if I'm speaking any of the sentence, what is the exact requirement? Fluency, pronunciation, content. Whatever I would be speaking fluently. Pronunciation would be the most important parameters. I will try to speak as many number of words as possible in the sequence. This is one of the advanced step which when you're doing any of the practice from the PTE Tutorials app or even from the free sample questions, you can just analyze that you will try to speak as many number of words in sequence in this task. And that will fetch you good scores in the repeat sentence, that is 13 marks from each question. So this is one of the important tasks. Apart from that, when we are speaking, we'll just avoid the fumbles or any mispronunciation of the words. Third task, which is really important, that is high scoring task, is describe image. It is giving the score only towards the speaking. So one of the most important thing for me to do is to speak for 35 to 37 seconds without any sort of fumbles. I can speak about the different parameters of the image. I can speak about the colors. I can speak about the region. What is the distribution of the gorillas? I can just speak about the 3 different subsections of that particular image. So I just have to speak for 37 seconds without any sort of fumble. The next requirement of the task is retell lecture. This as well as one of the high scoring tasks. It is giving the score towards the speaking and listening. Reason being that we have to listen to the lecture and speak about that particular lecture. And that's the reason why speaking and listening is one of the tasks. Apart from that, we have to speak about that particular lecture for 35 or 36 seconds. Now I'm taking the notes in the book for that particular lecture and I'm speaking about those particular lecture for 35 to 36 seconds. The most important difficulty for every student would be over here is to how to frame the sentences, how to just speak it smoothly. I've taken the notes, I'm perfect in taking the notes, I'm rigorous writing and I'm taking the notes nicely, but the thing is how to just frame the sentences, right? So for that thing, we'll just go into the details of this explanations even in the online coaching sessions, which is the group coaching. We have a separate package for the group coaching and the personalized coaching. You can opt for the group coaching and definitely understand in detail about each and every task of this. But this is the advanced step that try to jot down as many keywords from the audio as possible and try to paraphrase your answer perfectly. So you can practice all this particular task that is we have discussed till now, the speaking. So yes, you can practice about speaking, not only speaking, but there are different 4 other modules as well which you can practice. Okay, there are 2300 plus questions. So 2300 plus questions are there for this previous 5 tasks. So that is great chunk of materials to be practiced on before the exams. All right. You can just refer this particular free sample questions from the PTE Tutorials website. That is freely available for all of you guys. Next is a summarize written text. What is the requirement of the task? That read the passage, write a summary in the box. That is the requirement. What of the skills will be analyzed of the student? That is reading and writing. Read the passage, write something in the box. So it is of 7 marks. Most important thing is that we have to draft a summary. Now writing the summary, which means it must have something like introduction, body, conclusion with the perfect grammatical skills. That is punctuation, preposition. Am I making a compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex sentence, or simple sentence? Lots of parameters are involved, right? Great. The next task is writing essay, which means very simple. We have always heard about this earlier as well. A topic is given, we have to write an essay for it. Different parameters are there. As per the exam's requirement, there are different criterias that over here we have to write an essay of 200 to 300 words. But this particular one question is giving me 15 marks, that too towards the writing module. So definitely I'm going to frame the entire answer considering the tenses, the sentence structure, the language. Am I using the American language, the British language? In terms of the spellings, is my answer having a proper coherence, cohesiveness, the logical flow, the connectors, linkers, everything must be considered when we are drafting an essay. Okay. All right. So yes, everything which we are doing is that we are helping all the students of PTE aspirants that too in terms of the Telegram group. It is one group of 18K plus students, and in that particular group, tutors are helping the students. There are many trainers of PTE exams and they are helping every student. Sometimes the students are just uploading the score report. So tutors are helping them in terms of analysis of the score report. There are many of the sessions conducted. There are many of the voice chat sessions. There are webinars being conducted in this particular group. So it feels connected always that we are along with the students who are really preparing for the PT exams. So if anyone would have raised any of the question in the group regarding any of the topic of the PT exams, if we are not familiar about that topic, we can just get to know the knowledge of it. Okay, so be in the surrounding of the place wherein it can help you build you towards the preparation, towards the right preparations of the PT exams. Okay, you can just watch out the features as well of it. All right, going forward, that is about the reading module. Now we are jumping towards the reading module. So in reading and writing for the blanks, we just have to read the passage, select one of the answer which is appropriate towards that particular blank. Now this requires the knowledge in terms of vocabularies, knowledge in terms of grammar. Previously, we were just trying to follow what the task was asking for. But over here, that's the real thing. That is that they are checking our knowledge, that how much aware am I about this particular 4 words of the blanks. So for that thing, the advanced step is just to try to understand the concept of tenses, parts of speech, parallelism structure, subject verb agreement, and preposition. Give always the priority in such questions towards the grammar and second priority towards the vocabulary. Sometimes we are not able to understand all the vocabs, but at the same time, if we are a bit aware about the grammar, we can just analyze that all these particular 4 words are adjectives or they are nouns or they are verbs or adverbs. So that is parts of speech, right? Building vocabulary is also one of the important thing. At the same time, PT has given lots of sources as well to us. so that we can build our vocabulary very nicely and easily. Okay. Next is about the reorder paragraph. It is just like a para jumble, which we have heard earlier also in the different exams or might be in the schooling as well, the para jumbles. So that is nothing but the reorder paragraph. Sentences would be given. I just have to jumble it up and make a perfect answer. For that thing as well, I need to have a knowledge about the linkers, connectors, okay, the logical structures, transitional verbs. These are the terms which I have highlighted, so that at least that after the classes as well, after this particular session as well, you can just refer this particular notes and just to try to solve on that particular basis. Indicating words approach. This is one type of approach. That is closing sentence and opening sentence approach. And definitely demonstrative and personal pronouns are the basics, like he or that or this. These are the demonstrative and the personal pronouns. Moving forward towards the reading fill in the blanks, just like reading and writing fill the blanks, it talks about reading fill in the blanks. What's the difference? In reading and writing fill the blanks, we had to select out of 4 options one particular answer. But over here, I have lots of options provided towards the bottom. I just have to drag one of the option and drop it down in the blank. And for this particular blank, we needed the knowledge again for the vocabularies and the grammar. And the vocabularies and the grammar which are very important in this particular blanks is about the general and academic collocations, modern day. It's a basic collocation. Okay. So next is about the grammar, that is spellism, subject verb agreement, gerund and infinitives and modals. All right. Fine. So in PT exams, lots of questions are getting repeated. So that's an advantage again, because if we refer any of the questions from any of the file, and if that particular question is getting repeated in our exams, there are highest chances of getting perfect score in that particular question at least, right? So PT Tutorials is always coming up with an exam memories material every month. This is the file of the June month. We have already launched the July month. It is getting launched on every first date of the month. And on June, this is the file, and the repetition ratio is 60%, which means in this particular file, whatever the content is there, out of that content, 60% is getting repeated. So at least if we just refer the past 3 months of file, at least we can get a fair understanding about the repetitions, we can get fair understanding about the task requirement, and we can also remember those particular questions and answers, and we can at least analyze the spellings. Okay, there are different things which can be for what purpose we can just refer exam memories. I have written the task as well for which we can refer the exam memories. It can be referred for approximately, if I count out, then there would be 8 to 10 tasks for which we can refer exam memories file. Okay. Yeah, so this is the information for it. Apart from that, now moving forward towards the listening. Till now we have covered speaking, writing, reading. Now we are moving forward towards the high scoring tasks which are there in the listening module. So very first task is to summarize the spoken text. What do we have to do exactly over here? We have to listen to the lecture and write the summary in the box provided. So most important thing is what? Jotting down the points, right? So it is considering 2 skills of the students, listening skills as well as the writing skills. When writing skills comes into consideration, always there is an involvement of grammar, spellings, vocabulary, form, content. The direct tip over here is try to draft the summary with the proper sentence structure, subject, verb, object. That is subject verb agreement. That is in terms of singular and plurals. Formations and the keywords. Understand the concept of simple sentences, complex sentences, tenses, and logical flow. Right. Listening from the blanks. What is to be done over here? An audio will be provided. We have to listen to that particular audio. And wherever there is a blank, we just have to type out that particular word, which was there exactly in the audio. What is the most important thing over here? Spellings. What if I don't know the spelling of the word which has been spoken in the audio? And that's the reason why we can refer the exam memories file, so that we can at least be aware about the spellings for which we don't know. All right. Advanced tips over here is that focus on the audio. Just focus. What if you just miss off that particular word? That can just take a 1 mark, right? So just try to focus on the audio. Type out the word once you hear that particular word. All right. Next is about the highlight incorrect words. That is, we have to listen to the audio and highlight the word which are not perfect as per the audio. For example, in the audio, they were speaking about astronomer rather than explorer. When astronomer rolled, so they are speaking astronomer, and it is written as explorer. So I just have to click on that particular word and select it as the perfect answer. If that particular perfect answer has been selected, I will get +1 mark for selecting any correct response. Scoring is a 3 to 7 marks. Going with the very basics. Tips for here is nothing but try to focus on the audio and click on that word immediately once you hear that it is different from the audio given. All right. So the last task, which is the high scoring task, is a write from dictation. Over here, we have to listen to the audio and write that particular audio in the box provided. And the particular audio would be of just 3 seconds or 7 seconds. It is nothing but a sentence. We have to hear a sentence. We have to write that particular sentence. If you were able to observe one thing, the same task, just like this one, was previously as well. That is repeat sentence. In repeat sentence, we were listening to the sentence, but speaking that sentence. And over here, we have to listen to that sentence and write that particular sentence. All right. So it is giving the score towards listening and writing. Apart from that, the scoring is very important. If you just analyze, this particular task can give me 8 to 20 marks. Maximum limit is 20 marks. So it is depending on what? Number of words in the sentences. If a sentence is of 12 words, then the scoring would be 12 marks. If the sentence is of 18 words, I will get 18 marks if I have written perfectly as well. Most important thing is try to focus on the audio. Write along with the answer, avoid the spelling errors, increase the speed of typing or writing. First, you have the habit of writing in the book and then on the screen. Yeah, fine, perfect. But try to increase the speed of typing or writing, whatever the approach is yours. All right. So this was about the tasks, high scoring tasks of the PT exams. Till now, we have discussed approximately 13 tasks, which are very important. After preparing all of the stuffs, like just going and referring the app for the free sample questions, going in the app for more practice of in detail tasks, after having the feedback from the trainer from the Telegram group, after crossing that particular stage, we can just try to give the mock test. At least 3 to 5 mock tests must be given before your PT attempt, so that at least you can get to know that what exactly is the score you're gaining in the mock test and what possibility is there about the increase or decrease in the scores in the exams. Mock test is going to help you in terms of your responses. You are going to get the feedback for your responses. Apart from that, you are going to get the test analysis, that how much time and time management as well, that how much time did you give to this particular question and what is the idle time. That is also being highlighted, and it is one of the most important parameter. What if that I'm giving more time to the reorder paragraph rather than filling the blanks? Both of them are having the same scoring, scoring parameters. But what if I'm giving the most time to the task which doesn't need much of the time? So that can create a bit of problem. So time management is one of the most important component that you will understand again with the flow of the practice. Apart from that, you will also get the score report from PT tutorials within 3 to 5 business days, just like Pearson PT exams. You will have a real exam environment because that particular test has been framed in that particular manner, that you will have first speaking, then writing, reading, listening. So that will give you a real environment. Apart from that, score guidelines must be referred and trainers' feedback must be received from that particular mock test. Online coaching is being provided, that is the group coaching is being provided of 40 days in which you will also get the recordings of the classes. Apart from that, 5 scored test, which a student can start giving after 20 days of the coaching. Apart from that, theoretical books will be provided, that is 20 books, 20 tasks. Free access to the exam memories and question bank will be provided. There would be a separate group as well of the Telegram wherein the students who have registered for the coaching can just be a participant of that particular group, and they can just coordinate with the student with the trainer on daily basis. There would be free assessment of the speaking and writing task, because as I said earlier, there are some tasks in PTE in which we need an expert guidance. So for that, we can just have the assessment from that particular online coaching package. Apart from that, mock tests are being provided as an additional for the package, that is 5 scored tests are provided. So we can get the feedback as well from the trainer. Apart from that, there would be doubt solving sessions. Every trainer has a different approach towards this teaching. At the same time, they would definitely help each and every student in terms of the solving. All right, there would be exam videos provided and many more. These are the reviews which are there for the trainers of PT tutorials. You can just have a look. All right, I would love that if any of the questions are there, please just type out in the chat box. If there are any of the doubts, please let us know in the chat box. All right. Before doing the preparations of PT exams, do the self-analysis that what is your plan for the PT exams? What are your strength areas? What are your weaker areas? What direction you need? You need more of the mock test, or you need a person's expert's guidance, or mock test will be sufficient for you. Just try to do the self-analysis and then you can opt for it. All right. So, all right. Okay.
Aleena, do you want to ask your questions?
Yes, definitely. I can see. All right, so if there is any of the questions, please just type out in the chat box. This is PTE exams, that is Abhishek Agarwal. Yes, that is PT academic exams. All right. Links have been already provided in the chat box for your reference. You can just go through those particular links as well. Whatever has been explained in the slides, those particular links have been forwarded. All right. Yes, thank you so much, Agampreet, for inviting me.
No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the viewers for attending the session. Don't forget to leave your review for the session. The link is shared in the chat box. Your feedback is much appreciated. Don't miss out on our next session, next info sessions on exciting topics. Join straight away through the links in the chat box again. And thank you again for joining us today. Have a great day ahead.